Hello, and welcome to Smells Like 90s Rock. It's Hot Toddy and DJ P.O.R.C. We're Sheila-less tonight. We don't know what happened. She probably overslept.
The room is unlocked. The room is unlocked. So
yes.
She is free to join us at any time.
She can come in here and anytime she wants. We're recording this on Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. You're hearing this on Saturday, September 26th, 2020. And life couldn't be better.
Yep. As of right now,
things are great. Well, everything's great.
We kind of recorded our last show at a really unfortunate time because we recorded it on Wednesday, and Friday, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
This is what's creepy is I even mentioned in the show, that Ruth, she probably won't survive another 4 years of Trump. Who would have thought she wouldn't survive another 48 hours?
Oof.
That was crazy. That was the craziest thing. So when that aired, it already had happened.
Yeah. And so by the time our listeners hear this, her body will be lying in repose at the Capitol in Washington. Apparently, she's the first woman to ever deserve that honor. First woman and first Supreme Court justice, right? I'm not sure of that one.
I kind of thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. But she was the first.
She's the first woman.
She is the first woman, not to mention the first female Supreme Court justice too. So it's fitting.
Oh, she's the second.
She was the second?
Sandra Day O'Connor was the first one.
That's right. What planet am I on? Yeah. I forgot about her. I always get her mixed up. You know what it is? I get her mixed up with Margaret Thatcher. Why, I don't know. Because Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister of Great Britain. So, I don't know why I get her mixed up.
They both occurred during the Reagan era.
I guess so.
You all get mixed up during then. That part of that era of time's kind of a blur.
It is a blur. You know why? Because the 80s was a fun decade.
Because we weren't born.
Because there's that. But
I was -8.
Yeah, I didn't come around to the last year of the 80s, so you know, it was what it was.
True 90s baby on the 90s show.
You are. That's the weird thing. But because of that, you are accused, at least by Sheila. I think you knew a lot about the 90s, being a kid in the 90s, but Sheila accuses you of not knowing anything about the 90s because you were born in the 90s.
I know plenty of stuff about the 90s.
Well, that's what I said. Me too, you know. My first 10 years on this planet was in the 90s, and I got to experience a lot. I got to experience what I think was the best parts of the 90s.
It's just Sheila talking down to me. I don't care. I know she does it out of love.
It's just Sheila talking down to me. I don't care. Screw it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
She's doing it out of love.
Sure. It comes from a happy place. Comes from a very happy place.
But it was. I recall that too because you mentioned that on air. It's like Ruth Bader Ginsburg's probably not going to survive another Trump term. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And then boom, not 48 hours later.
Yeah, and kind of a mixed response at my work too, because there's actually an attorney that works as a server at my work. I have no idea why. I'm guessing she just doesn't have anything else to do.
If y'all could see my face right now, like what?
But she's an attorney. She works as a defense attorney. She has defended a few people at my work.
Maybe that's why she don't make a lot of money defending those people.
Maybe, but I asked her, hey, how did you deal with RBG's death? She's like, just like any other day. I was just like, really?
I mean,
I kind of expected more of a reaction from her, but And I mentioned it to one of the cooks, and he's like, "Man, I was picking fights with random people on Twitter all day."
Good for him. No, yeah, you know, everybody on my Facebook feed was very respectful. Even Trumpumplicans, they were respectful, except for one who posted "Ding dong, the witch is dead." So I was like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna speak. We're not gonna talk. We're not gonna have fun anymore. You a dick.